What? Oh. Hi,
Are
guys.
we live? Who pressed the button?
I pressed the button. I told you guys I was pressing the button.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I went and told you guys. So if I press this button here, that should have given you guys that clue.
Oh,
you are always
supposed to be
buttons. How are we supposed to know which button in particular you're talking about?
Well, he likes touching buttons.
Touching, pressing.
No, he likes flicking buttons. Flicking buttons.
We'll use buttons as a euphemism.
I was just doing that much to do down where Kevin is now. So, flicking buttons, that's all he really can do. But guys, welcome to Around the Rooms Radio Show for December 30th.
How are we not even 30 seconds in and we have already gone off the rails?
Because that's Around the Ropes for you.
Good God. This is not listen.
Sophisticated gremlins not even showing up.
Didn't even bother. You lied. You sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah, well, I hope you go find your dad.
He's watching Wheel of Fortune right now.
What?
But guys, before anybody freaks out, now, this isn't 2022 Around the Ropes.
Oh God, it feels like it.
I know it does.
Where's Costa when we need him?
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
What about the dude from Psy?
Yes.
Oh my
God.
From his living room.
From his living room.
With his wife on the
phone. His wife vacuuming in the background.
Oh my God.
on her phone, having a personal conversation with a girlfriend or something, and he just shoots her looks.
He gave no fucks. He's like,
guys, it's weird to think this last show of 2025.
Oh my God, just thinking about everything that's gone on the past year and since this show originally started, seriously though, this is a legitimate throwback to 2022.
Yeah.
All three of us starting off the show in chaos. Which ironically, not only are we starting off the show in chaos, but it seems like we're going to be ending the year in chaos.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got me on here live.
There you go.
It's funny how you're like, how would we know what button to press? And just as John was about to do the intro, I was going to tell you, well, John was saying, what time it is, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, okay. That sprung me into action.
We do get a comment coming in here. Oh,
David Reynolds, 5884. Let the fun begin. Hey, fellas, I've been looking forward to the last show of 2025. Thumbs up emoji, and also in between the let the fun begin, the hey, fellas, it's the laughing, crying emoji. What are you doing time out for? No, there's no time out.
No. How are you going to just be like, as if David's never been in our comment section? He's like, oh, it's from David Reynolds, 5884. Like he hasn't been from day one.
Gonna keep his comment up for the rest of the time then.
Hey, there you go, David. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you every week. It's 2 a.m. over there in England. Did you know that, Kevin? He is staying up to listen and look at our ugly mugs. It is 2 a.m. over there.
Speak for yourself on the ugly mug. But dang, coming from Britain?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's not piss off Britain here.
No. That's
I didn't say Kevin was British. I just said he was ugly.
And I said, speak for yourself, Ray.
I was actually speaking for John.
I look like such a child right now. Hey! I look like such a child right now. I just realized that.
Did you say a chode? Did you just say you look like a chode?
I look like a child.
Oh, child.
Oh,
Kevin, Kevin, did that? Am I the only one that heard chode?
No,
it did sound like he said chode, did it not?
It sounded. I feel like he had said child, but it could have been chode. I don't know.
But guys, yeah.
Just because it's your second show in a week, Kevin, doesn't mean you have to lick the boss's boots.
No, he doesn't have brown on his nose, so he's not kissing that far up.
I said
that's
boots.
Why he picked the boots.
I said boots.
Sorry, I don't do the brown nosing.
But yeah.
I'm surprised that his face doesn't turn into just a completely permanent shade of brown.
But moving on. But guys,
no, Pinocchio with how much he does it.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, we got a lot to get to. I don't know where Jay is.
Look behind you.
But guys, we got a lot to get to tonight.
Oh, Jay, we miss you. Where are you?
But yeah, anything going on in pro wrestling?
We have a new
car?
Well, because what we're gonna do is this. Obviously, I told you guys this beforehand. I'm only gonna be on until about 9:20 tonight. We also should have at some point tonight, don't know what time specifically, a guest actually joined us. And that would be, yes. Let's go to this lovely comment here from, there we go. Yes. I'm going to say this right now. If we actually ever get shirts made and actually like go through with the merchandise, we got to somehow figure out a way to get David some ATR merchandise.
First off, we will ship it to him on our dime. Secondly, what about this promo deal? You've been talking about this promo deal, this spirit wear deal for 4 years now. I'm just waiting for a sample hoodie. That's all I'm waiting on.
Well, when we start getting money, how about that?
I mean,
start getting money.
Well, why'd you have to go and spoil it like that?
But yeah, I was gonna say, before we obviously, yes, guys, we're gonna get into what 2025 has been like for the three of us. But we did have some wrestling from last week's show.
We had wrestling last week. We had wrestling Saturday.
And I want to touch briefly, actually, before I know we had Monday Night Raw last night, and truthfully, I thought Monday Night Raw last night was great. Top to bottom, I thought it was really good.
I will go with really good / solid.
Yeah.
I have tendency to not throw around the great word when it comes to TV because it just hasn't been like, for me, great is consistent appointment television. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't go with great, but I would go with good and solid.
Well, I want to get you guys' thoughts, and Kevin, I'll throw it to you first. First of all, did you guys get a chance to see Raw last night?
Yes.
I was watching clips this morning on my TikTok because it's generally how I consume pro wrestling. I find myself
pro wrestling.
Yeah, I find
Which
myself
is not a bad thing.
No, and it's purely due to like so a little scoop into the madness of Kevin Wilson. So when my friends go and tell me, "Hey, huh?"
I said, "I don't think we have enough time."
Oh, trust me, this is going to be the short and sweet version. When my friends go and tell me, "Hey, we recommend a show for you to go watch. It's going to be a great show. You're going to love it." Yeah, no, I'll go add it to the list. I have until baseball season starts to go and watch that show. Otherwise, gone. So because of baseball, because of football, those are my two main loves. Because of hockey, that's my another. Like I'm so sports dominated that I throw that on before wrestling. I end up putting on the clips of wrestling.
First off, the fact that you even put football in there is amazing because even going back to like pre-BJD days, it was always Kevin was married to baseball. Kevin is the stats guy. Kevin is,
Kevin, in the 3.5 years since moving to South Carolina, has realized that college football is pretty good.
Bro, I have been trying to tell people that since like Cam Newton at fucking Auburn days.
I mean, the three of us, we all know perfectly well we're from the Northeast. It's not a college place. It's not like I go and tell people all the time, Boston College is the biggest college football that we have up there. And they're like, really? Like, yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry we have so many Ivy League schools.
Yeah, we're very much, when it comes to college, it's much more about the education aspect to it versus the sports. It's not like down here where, we know that their education is more on the football field and that they're given an A or a B. As long as you can spell Roll Tide correctly, you'll get a diploma. Okay, how do you want me to spell it? Well, spell it out for me. ROAL. Good enough. Give him a B.
There you go. There you go.
But no, when it comes to pro wrestling, I there's so many things that just like come into my head. Not first, because I'm a big fan of the stuff and I still watch it, but I find myself gravitating more towards the clips and the TikToks and Instagram reels and all that because I can consume it a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
And not have to wade through the crap.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just like, because I mean, if you guys recall, there was a time where that was literally the only way that I was getting.
Well, I was going to bring it up
just because of the wrestling fatigue that we were all suffering from.
Or what I was going to bring up was the 3-hour Raws, where
I'm sorry, did you say 3-hour Raws or did you say 3-hour SmackDowns?
I mean, 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Because it looks like that's where we're going.
Yeah, but fortunately, they only do it for like the WrestleMania season, and then after that, all right, we're back to 2. We're sorry. We just said we have to do this.
No, evidently, from what I have read, and I could be mistaken, it has happened once, very, very long time ago. SmackDown will be going to 3 hours, like 3 hours.
Well, that's also why I think we're going to also get a lot of call-ups coming up.
I hope so. I'm watching. Well, yeah. I'm watching Ethan Page versus Muth. That's not right.
What are you trying to do? A Dusty impression with a list?
I'm watching All Ego Ethan Page, baby, and he is going up against the one and only Muth.
You should be wearing his T-shirt if you're going to do that.
Fucking love that shirt. Is that the red elbow pad? Nice.
That's the red elbow pad. That's the one. The design is still on the Canva.
Nice. That's good shit.
And with the weight that I've lost, like when I first did this T-shirt, like I don't know, what was that War Games when Kevin Owens came out with the T-shirt and the red elbow pad?
I think that was the first War Games.
Was that the first
main roster?
Survivor Series? Yeah, the first main roster. Okay, so when he came out with that one, I'm like, I need to find this shirt. So I found the design.
Oh, wait, hold time.
Huh?
That was the War Games. That was the first Bloodline War Games because that was when Sammy kicked him in the dick.
Yep. So I kept finding the shirt to go and buy, but it was all these sites that, when you look into it a little bit, it's very Russian and very sketch, very janky. So I'm like, let me just go and find the design. I'll just go like Canva. I can go and print it on the thing. So I printed it on a T-shirt. I got it as a 2X. Well, at the time I was a little bit bigger, and it's a little tight on me. Okay,
with respect, you were going through some shit too. So,
well, yeah, I was.
That helps.
And now I have lost a significant amount of weight. The last time I looked at a scale, I was at 224, and I hope by the end of 2026 I'm at 200, at least.
Golf clap.
Yes. Golf clap for me. Only for me. So my ego can get bigger.
Well, I mean, yes, for you, but also for anybody that is doing their own weight loss journey or mental health journey, and just striving to be 1% better than they were the day before.
No. The claps are only for me. The rest of you guys get in line.
Right. Now I have other contractors and get the studio revamped a little bit because somebody's ego is getting a little big.
Gonna have to make the doorways wider.
Still gonna need butter. Don't matter how wide these doors are gonna get, I'm still gonna need that butter.
I mean, as long as it's not baby oil, right?
No baby oil.
No baby oil. You want too much baby oil.
No, too much people. No people.
So David, who has always just been here, been along for the ride, from chaos, the first day of chaos to now, he says, I am all for the 3-hour shows as long as WWE learns from past mistakes and doesn't give us a repeat of constant mass commercial fests. Unfortunately, now more than ever, with them being on streaming services as much as they are, that's what you're going to get because that's how they pay the bills.
I mean,
or at least recoup money for the stations that have given them the massive amounts of money.
Like, just go and look at the ring nowadays, where like every bit of it is like looking at a UFC mat,
bro.
Where it's just ad. The turnbuckles have ads on them now.
Don't the tables have ads on them too?
Yeah, the Slim Jim tables.
Slim Jim tables. Because you got to snap into them.
The chairs are going to have ads on them at some point.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together with the tables and Slim Jim until somebody said that to me like a month ago, and I was like, "Oh, that makes so much fucking sense now."
You know what?
It just dawned on you too, didn't it?
Yep, just dawning on me. How's the old saying go for us in Massachusetts? Light dawns over Marblehead.
Yep. So anyway,
I had to do that R thing. I could tell earlier when I said butter, I was sounding a little more southern.
Yeah. You definitely put that non-existent letter in the alphabet on there. So really quickly, NXT Male Superstar of the Year. Who do you think that goes to? Because I'm watching NXT right now, and I know who they selected for that. I'm not going to tell you guys, but if you have 2 brain cells, which we all have more than that collectively, you can figure out who they put for, male, one of the nominees for Male Superstar of the Year are.
Who's the nominee? Okay. We can answer that in 1 second because we actually have our guest in the room.
We have a guest. We have a guest.
There. We have guests.
Let me be the one to bring this gentleman in. He doesn't need an introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyways. Okay, I'm gonna have 3 people now from Massachusetts on the screen. Oh boy, this is gonna get fun. But guys, friend of the show, the guy who next time I get my butt up to Connecticut, up to Enfield, Connecticut, he will be getting my fat head. You guys remember those, right?
Oh, jeez.
I saw that one downstairs.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Coming to us from Blitzkrieg, friend of the show, the one and only Phil. There we go.
Be your guest, John. I want to see that chest. How the fuck you doing, Mr. Blaine?
Doing good. It's been a while since we've had you on.
It has been a while since you've had me on. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of insulted by that. I have major issues with you. They're trust ones, not just with our intimacy, John, but with the fact that you just don't call anymore. You don't write. I mean, I just don't feel heard. I don't feel safe. And I feel hurt, but I'm here. I'm giving you a second chance on this live episode to just not just woo me, John, but just bring me back into the good graces of your show. Like, nuzzle me in your bosom.
You lying sack of shit, John.
Right? That's 2 times.
You said everything. You said everything was fine. Everything was good.
Yep.
Phil's just
That's
off
a
doing his
typical
own
narcissist
thing.
right there. That's typical narc behavior. I just want to point that out. I mean, you may have other people fooled, John, but it looks like your co-hosts or your guests understand your true problems. I mean, you can't just flaunt that sex appeal and then just disappear like poof.
I can't believe it. You lied to us all this time.
Not only did he lie to us, he lied to the ATR Nation.
Which is
John,
even
you
worse.
invited me. You should have expected this. I'm putting you on the clock. I'm essentially being your Chris Hansen right now, but let's hope we don't go through your emails.
Whoa.
Accusations.
Or his Twitter.
So what's up, John Boy? How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No, I had to get that out real quick, just get that off my chest and onto your beautiful.
This is Phil. Safe space.
See, honestly, we need more of these, not just in our wrestling community, but in the world. And I mean, John, I can jump on that train. I mean, I'd love to ride a train with you. We know that. I'm here for it. I like the direction the show's going. I've always been a fan of you in general. I mean, you're one of my favorite people in the world. It's not every day that you get to have a friend in wrestling who looks like Patton Oswalt. So I really treasure everything I have with you, and I am definitely here to celebrate you to Ring Out 2025.
I'm glad we were able to get on for this last one. Kevin, Ray, you guys got anything?
I mean, listen, Phil, just so you know that everybody that watches the show is behind you. One of our day one followers even says it. The voice of the faithful returns.
I am here. You called me. I said, sure. I mean, I wish it was more magical than that, but John doesn't know how to treat a lady. So, all right, we're going to get through this.
Hold on.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Phil, he called you. He said you called begging to be back on the show.
Oh, of course. Typical John just saying, I just need my 5 seconds to just share my wonderfulness with the world. But no, John, I wish that were true. But no, he reached out to me, and I, like every jilted lover, looked at the text and was like, should I even respond? It was, I believe he sent me, hold on, let me check, WYD. And this was at 3:15 a.m.
John, you heathen. I don't know.
You think you know a guy, right?
Seriously.
Right? No, that's how it felt, man. It was, but it kind of like digress. But, we can.
Well,
so what's up with you, man?
sorry.
What's up with the show, dude? Ask away. You got me here. I still haven't gotten my apology, but I'm here.
Yeah, come on, John.
Get the shit on the rails, Sean. Come on, you're the host. Let's do it.
Give this man his apology. And mean it.
I will. Ray, I'd like to have a moment here.
Take a moment.
Phil,
Compose yourself.
Sorry. I'm gonna be dead serious right now. And if certain people are watching this, they're gonna realize where I'm coming from. I've learned a lot about myself in the last couple of weeks. Some good, some bad, depending on how you look at it. And I have learned that I've changed in a few different ways, so to speak. And I'm realizing now that the person I'm becoming is not the person I want to be.
Oh, John. I'm going to yell cut because this is getting real serious, bro. You don't have to apologize to me for nothing, man. I love you. I'm just keeping you on your toes, dude. We're having fun, man. But like, if you change this year, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Growth is great. Therapy is great. People are great. Grapes are great. I love green ones. I don't like the purple ones. But I'm just telling you this, bro. You don't need to apologize to me for nothing, man. Like, you're a good guy. Life gets in the way. People grow. People need to step away from the spotlight sometimes, man. Did you not call? No, but I'm just fucking with you like I always do, man. I got you to dance to Rick Rude for me, man. Like, it's what we do, John. We play this verbal back and forth of tennis, which I kind of lead, most of the time. But
you're up 40
with
love
me,
right
man,
now.
and that's what I like. I like a podcast host who likes to have fun and likes to play with me, and that's why I always do your show, John.
It's only the podcast hosts that play with you that you like?
No, I can't talk about those ones, but they have released some files recently that a lot of my relatives may or may not be in, and you can get the gist of it right there. So
it's a lovely shade of black paper.
It is. Oh my God, dude! Like, redacted is my word this year.
But they didn't even redact it properly.
No, they didn't.
Just gotta put that out there.
Actually, there's a wrestler all around whose name is Dr. McManus.
Oh yes, that's right. Very, very good indie wrestler, deathmatch wrestler, dude. We've had quite a few matches with him at Blitzkrieg, man.
So we're coming to the end of 2025, Phil. what do you think has been the biggest moment with Blitzkrieg in 2025?
Biggest Blitzkrieg moment of the year. Man, that's tough, dude. I gotta go with. We've been working a lot with Charles Mason recently, and we had a really good storyline feud with him and Gigi Dolans and Zachary Wentz, and it was awesome, dude. It lasted 3 shows, culminated with a great tag match, man. Like, it was a really cool moment for us to really capitalize on Priscilla's like leaving from NXT and coming over and just utilizing her. And Charles Mason, I mean, that guy is tearing it up all across the indie scene right now, and that's the guy to watch, man. Like, our partnership with him right now, dude. Like, I'm so happy to work with Charles Mason. The guy's putting out some of the best heel work on the planet right now.
And go ahead, Ray.
I was listening to what he was saying. You were going to say something, so I stopped to listen to see what you were going to say.
No, I was going to say that I definitely could see that, especially, and I've noticed it with Charles because he's also there's a lot of stuff with House of Glory in Queens. You want to talk about true wrestlers who are heels and don't try to be the cool heel, and we always talk about this in pro wrestling, that you get the people who try to be the cool heel, the people who try to be the heels.
Mm-hmm.
And Charles Mason, every time I've seen him, he's never been that cool heel.
Yeah, no, he lives and breathes his gimmick. It's one of those times in wrestling where I will always die on this hill that The Rock said it best. A true good gimmick is someone who can dial themselves to 11. Charles Mason is dialing himself to 11 at all fucking times right now, man. And it's not just a gimmick, it's a lifestyle. Like, the minute he gets in the arena, he just oozes it, man. It's some people got it, and right now he's got it, dude. And treasure him while he's still on the indies.
Yeah, but like I said, though, there's very few guys, and he's one of the guys that it's like you look at him and there's nothing about him that you want to cheer.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Dude, it's so great. My daughter goes to all the shows, and she always excited Cam to be on TV. He like rips up her fucking signs, dude. Throws shit at her, dude. It's great, man. It's old school heel. It's MJF heel work, but in a different way because he's not being that like egotistical funny heel. He's just being that fucking prick. Like, and you don't get many good ones of those at wrestling. And that's where I say like that dialing it up to 11 factor, like The Rock said, really comes in because he doesn't just like dial it in a little bit and you can feel like he's playing a prick. No, you fucking believe it. You believe that guy is his gimmick. That is who he is. And that's a true, like, the art of professional wrestling right there, to really make yourself something like that. And I'm telling you right now, he was my moment of the year, was him starting work with Blitzkrieg, and definitely the feud of the year. And I can't wait to see what we have coming with him, which it looks like a lot.
Right. Oh, hi, Jay. Welcome to the show. Okay, good.
Thanks, Jay. You're muted. You muted yourself.
Jay, you're muted.
What's going on?
Did you hear him, John? I'm like, is this a dog whistle? Like, what the fuck?
He just got that.
You're like
you got that
responding,
sixth
like, oh,
sense,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
John is
yeah.
here.
Like,
This is why I'm back. I'm back. I can't miss your workshop. I can't miss John Blaine with his sexy chest. Phil, I never met you
fuck
before.
yeah,
What's
dude,
going
right?
on? Brothers Jay, voice of the faithful. Nice to meet you, Will.
Gosh,
Wilson. I love that.
his mic being muted reminded me of that ad read I
Corners.
did, completely silent for like 5 minutes.
It's a different corner. I love it.
Phil, I mean,
Last
you
week.
never personally-
what?
I think Jay's trying to have like more conversations out.
I think there's a
So
little
I
bit
think
of
that
a technological delay.
It's so, and that's fine.
And now it seems that we are having to.
Nope, we're good now, I think.
Are we
Yeah,
good?
Yeah,
Oh, we're back.
This is what happens when you do live radio. Oh, don't do the six. But Phil, I mean,
Yeah, I've never understood the whole 6-7 crap. It just looks like the cup and balls.
Wow.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
To me, it looks like they're juggling. To
Man,
me,
if you're
it looks
handling
like
balls like that, my God, bro.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a gorilla. Who knows? Or Dragon Balls. I don't know.
If they're this big, you're definitely dragging balls. Like that's for sure.
touche, sir.
Yeah, at least they're not in your face. I think they'll be fine.
Oh, dude, if they
Oh,
were,
God.
you'd know it by the size of those behemoths. My goodness. It's like that episode of South Park with Randy on the beanbag. Hey, John, are you going back there to dance for us, or what's going on, bud? Someone cue the music.
So, I am
Hey,
lost.
host, Jay's been muted. It looks like he's in the chat asking to be released. Look at John just holding power over all of us, just like
Finally,
Right?
Jesus. Like an animal in a cage. Jesus.
absolutely.
Christ.
John, look at you. What the hell?
Listen, Jay, if you heard how John had treated Phil before Phil came back on the show and aired the laundry, it wouldn't be.
Oh.
You would not be surprised as to why you were muted.
Not at all. Not at all.
Around the ropes.
Good God. That's us.
So, Phil, what are
Holy
you
shit,
most
John
looking
Bland.
forward to in the upcoming year for Blitzkrieg?
I'm excited about being able to showcase new talent first and foremost. Like, we're fostering a lot of new partnerships with new guys we're working out. We get a lot of great people from Creative Pro that are coming up. Like, I mean, I'm really excited about Azer's new gimmick. I love what he's doing, dude. I think he found his footing. Like, I loved him as Even Stevens. I loved the tag team. It was great. They blew up the indies. But what Azer's doing right now as a solo, bro, he found something that works for him so well. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the luau coming up this year, man. Our biggest show. Like, I'm always ready for luau season. The minute the luau is over, I'm thinking about the next one, dude. So I'm expecting big things out of the luau this year.
And when's the luau this year?
It's either gonna be June or July. I don't know the date yet, but I will give that to you guys eventually when we have it. I know we're taking a break next month. And we're going back in February, and we're going to be in Westfield. And when I have more about that show, I'll definitely give you guys more information because I love sharing it with you guys. And we got to get you back, John. We got to get you back completely, man. Honestly, like, I'd love to see you back at the show. But yeah, man, like at the Jensen Championship, I'm really excited. We have a secondary title right now, and in honor of our former general manager. And it's funny, we named that title for him right before he died without knowing he was going to leave us. So the last match he got to see in the last show that he was at was us crowning the first ever Jensen champion. So that was pretty cool, man. Like, so we lost him right after, and now it lives on as a nice memory of a guy who helped bring Blitzkrieg to what it is today, man. So that was cool. So honoring him, having a secondary title, just watching the ups and downs of some of the storylines right now. Like, we have Sammy Diaz doing a great job as the Blitzkrieg Bedlam champion. We had Andy Brown turn heel with Charles Mason the last show. So there's lots of cool things going on, man. And I continuously say this: if you come to a Blitzkrieg show, we just do things a little bit different than most people, and that's what makes us unique. We are by the underdogs, for the underdogs, and in the underground for the underground, man. It's who we are.
Who would you say for 2025 is the breakout star in your mind for Blitzkrieg?
That's really tough. Man, we've had a really good year. We started the year with CPA's champion, went into the luau with him as champion off of a really good run that started at the luau before. That man's like the heart and soul of our company, as a bunch of other companies, because he's just great at what he does. I got to go Sammy Diaz, man. Like top 5 dead or alive. He really came into his own this year. He captured the championship, put on some great matches. He had a banger with Ichiban that was just off the charts good, and those two work so well together because they're friends in real life. So it's like it blends together beautifully in the ring. But he really just puts on consistent matches, consistent good work, and he really carried the company pretty well, man. He's done 2 TV appearances with me on the show Mass Appeal. Um, we did good things with him, man, and I'm really excited for the rest of the 2026 with him and see what we have.
Awesome. You mentioned the luau and how you're always excited for the luau. What are some other dates coming up in 2026 with, everything that's going on, the crowning of the new title and champion? What are some of the upcoming dates that you're really looking forward to other than the luau?
Other than the luau, man, I always look forward to the October show. There's something about October shows that really bring out the fun in people. Like people are in that Halloween spirit, man. You always get good crowds. So our October shows are always big. Besides the luau, that one, and our Christmas show. I mean, we just got done doing our Christmas show this year. We did a good toy drive with an awesome company called Nurse Advocate Entrepreneur that works with patient advocacy and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Raised a bunch of stuff for Toys for Tots. At Heath Slater there, we had Alley Catch. It was a really good show, and it's a good time of year because people are just happier on the holidays, and it really bleeds out with the wrestling community because as a community, it's the fan base is, as we all know, like it's a Mod Podge mixed salad of 50-50 to me that of some of the best people in the world and some of the most toxic people in the world. But I think at that time of year, everyone's just fucking out to have fun and be their best, and everyone just has their best time. So, yeah, man, the holiday shows are the best, and I gotta say, Christmas is always something I look forward to. We always have a good turnout.
Yeah, I've as Kevin and John can attest to this, there have been plenty of times where I have said, I know that I am a part of the IWC, but god damn, I fucking hate the IWC.
Yeah,
and
dude,
it just seems like from October to like mid-January, it's like I say that phrase the least amount of times than as opposed to the whole year.
I agree, man. It's because especially on the indie scene, which is really cool. Because I mean, in like the normal scene, like the WWE scene, I always look at like this is the pre-Rumble time where like fans, we don't get a lot of payoffs, we don't get a lot of big surprises. We have like a few good shows here and there, but like the community is pretty quiet because we all know what to expect. We're not expecting any big shifts in the actual wrestling scene. We're not expecting big title changes from WWE. We're not expecting like big moments. We get we get scraps right now until the new storyline starts going into Mania season that way. So it's like having everyone in a good mood during that time. That's awesome, man. Because like when people are getting bad wrestling or negative wrestling or no big payoffs, nothing to talk about, it can bleed into the indies too. So it going into the holiday season, man, is like so perfect. Because Halloween, everyone's just fucking happy, dude. Like Thanksgiving, we're all like, oh, yay, start of Christmas. Like, so going into Christmas, everyone's in a good mood generally. So it's just a really fun year to like be in that community. Because like when the community is strong, the wrestling fans are some of the most fun people to hang out with. Because we're all just like honestly super passionate about like a lot of the same things. Like, I mean, if you like wrestling, you generally like comics, video games, movies, all that kind of stuff, because we like that storyline. We like that adventure. We like that, like, the feel of something that's cinema. And that's what wrestling can bring that, like, nothing else outside of, like, a really good Broadway play can bring. And that's why I love the sport, man. So, long answer for that one, but absolutely.
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I absolutely agree with that statement, and you're right. You know, the wrestling community during that time is so much more, for lack of a better phrase, lighthearted. Like we're not taking things too we as a community are not taking ourselves too seriously at that point. we know that we're not going to have I think just because of the fact that it's such a common status quo as of late, as far as like WWE, we're not going to get a whole lot of shifting because we know that Royal Rumble season is coming, and then that's going to lead into WrestleMania, and then we're going to have a reset of storylines because WrestleMania is usually where we get all of our big blow-offs, So I think it's kind of an unspoken realization, and I think because of that, wrestling fans are far more easygoing because they don't have to worry about, Rock's changing the main event or this, that, and the third. Pick your situation. I see that is 100% accurate statement.
Yep, absolutely, man.
I just to chime in here for a second, I feel like when it's the fall and you're after, I would say, right, going back to what you were saying, I would say it's after SummerSlam is when you could say that really starts, because people don't really take Survivor Series that seriously anymore.
Well, because Survivor Series, since its inception, it was more of a fun pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like you had, when Survivor Series first started, you had nothing but weird teams going up against their counterparts, right? Like you would have a mix of of faces that you would never expect to work together going up against each of their individual, rivals. So, it was always like the fun thing to watch. It was never really a serious. It wasn't like a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania, or you could argue that Elimination Chamber is kind of getting into that status because of the simple fact, like that's where you find out who's going to face the other champions. So yeah, Survivor Series to me was always, out of the big four, always the fun one.
I always thought
exactly what it was.
I'm sorry, I want to chime in. I always thought it was disrespectful that it's not treated like that, just for the fact that there's random tag matches 5-on-5, but those were legends that were in those matches, and we got to respect that too. We got to respect Yokozuna. We got to respect British Bulldog. We got to respect Bret Hart. These are people that actually made it, and it's just a shame that we just forget about it and we don't even put it in that top 4 category.
No, yeah, I agree with you, dude. They put together some really classic matchups, dude, back in the day. I mean, like, you really got to see people work together who you never thought would work together in dream scenarios. So as a wrestling fan, that's why it was always in the big 4. Like, it was more of like the spectacle of, hey, I can't wait to see these guys working together. And even in like the late 90s and the early 2000s, when they made it Raw versus SmackDown, or like Raw versus SmackDown versus ECW, it had an importance to it that was fun, that like really brought in the fact of why we liked wrestling, with like the character work and the big characters and the big names, and that would really just make it where people would be like, oh, I can't wait to see these guys work together. Like, I honestly can say that I don't remember one giant title match from a Survivor Series that comes to mind, because I think about the classic Survivor Series match when I think about Survivor Series. So it's a shame, you're right, that it doesn't get the respect it deserves these days, and that wrestling fans these days don't see the importance of it. But I think a lot of it, to like say what you're saying, to agree with you and add to it, is I think that wrestling fans these days are more spoiled because they get everyone working together all the time. So there's really no magic to what that pay-per-view meant before, because I remember going to the fucking video store, dude, and seeing the box art for Survivor Series and just being like, yo, that's got everybody. I got Tugboat, I got Yokozuna, I got Earthquake, I got Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect. I'm getting this one because I get to see everybody. And it's just, it's wrestling fans these days, they see everybody almost every damn show. So like, we need that back, where we can have that brand split, maybe, to give that importance to Survivor Series, to have those dream matches, and like, wait a little longer to shake things up. Wait a couple years between drafts. Like, it's Survivor Series got lost in the foil of wrestling fans getting too much and not being happy with it.
It's funny. I would say key relevancy as far as becoming, for me, an important show, Money in the Bank, because that whoever wins that now essentially kind of controls. You can almost make the argument kind of controls the landscape of what WWE is going to be like. Because then it's like, okay, well, who are they going to cash in on?
It also depends on who wins.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like Drew McIntyre a couple of years ago winning turned into more of a story piece with his overall story with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think right now, and I'll ask you guys all this right now. I know we were talking about the big four of Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. But looking at it now that we have the Chamber, we have Money in the Bank, can we still make the argument now of that being the big four?
I'm going to go with yes, because they're always going to be the big four. Because those are simply the first four pay-per-view events that WWF at the time ever did. So those are, as long as they stay around, they're always going to be the big four. Now, can you make a case that if WWE were to not have pay-per-views every month for 12 pay-per-views a year, and if they only had to do 6, who would be the additional 2 pay-per-views? If you want to go like that as far as importance, then I absolutely agree with what you said, putting Chamber and Money in the Bank in there. Because I don't think you need a Backlash. I don't think you need a New Year's Evil or anything like that.
Yeah, actually, Ray, it's kind of an interesting question you bring up. And actually, I kind of pivot to my question then. Let's say, you're WWE, you're TKO, and I'll ask this, to all you guys and people who are watching us as well. You get told you have to knock down 6 pay-per-views a year. What are the 6 pay-per-views that you're going to have? And it's kind of a 2-part question. What are the 6 pay-per-views? And you keep like a month in between. Like, for example, if you're going to do the Rumble in January, do you wait to do the Chamber in March and then wait to do Mania in May?
Well, so I'm not going to speak for everybody. I'm going to speak for me. If you cut down to 6 pay-per-views a year, I think you have the perfect amount of pay-per-views and the perfect amount of time in between pay-per-views, because at that point you can do 1 pay-per-view every 2 months. You don't have to cram in storylines. You don't have to come up with random matches to fill the card on a random pay-per-view that's going to take place 3 weeks after you just had a pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll go next. I agree with you 1,000,000%. I think bringing it to 6 would be an amazing decision, because there wouldn't be filler anymore. And with 4 of those 6 going to 2 nights, that's what I would do. I would make Survivor Series a 2-night event. I would make Royal Rumble a 2-day event. I would make WrestleMania a 2-day event and SummerSlam a 2-day event. And in between there, maybe I'd have 2 Saturday night main events as a regular kind of thing. I would build these storylines for the time they deserve. That way there's 2 nights on the big ones. We can concentrate on the tag titles, the mid-card titles, and they have time to shine in storylines. We have a great locker room in both companies right now. And WWE, I feel like this would be able to make them utilize the people they have and spotlight them more during their shows, because you get some of the best people on the mid card, and they're fighting for titles that you're not really getting a lot out of. Like, I look at Chelsea Green right now and I'm like, why are we wasting this? Like, she's great, dude. Feature it more pay-per-view matches. Like, really highlight that. Like, the fact that we have a women's IC belt and a women's US belt is so freaking awesome, dude. Like, I want more storylines for both ends of that, dude. Like, I know that they're focusing it right now, but like, I want to see it continue, and I want to see it continue longer. So with a split with 6 and the big 6 that you said earlier, it's absolutely a no-brainer for me. I think that's exactly the way they should go.
Kevin, Jay, what about you guys?
So I've been thinking about it. I agree with making the big 4 2-night shows. So it just makes sense. Those are the first 4 that WWF, now WWE, do. It makes sense for them to be 2 nights. For me, I would not be keeping Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber at all. I kind of like what they did, where they nixed, Hell in a Cell and TLC, where, okay, guys, enough with the whole pay-per-views named after stipulations. Let's go and put Money in the Bank on WrestleMania like it deserves. And if you want to switch it up, you don't have to do Survivor Series War Games. You could do the traditional 5-on-5 elimination, or you could put Elimination Chamber at it some years because that's where it was birthed.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
In turn, like I was looking at AEW's pay-per-view, like the number of shows they've done in a year. This year they've done 10, which is their most pay-per-views they've done. They were really doing well with that 4 to 5 a year. And now that they're at 10, it's like, okay, and now you're kind of getting into the territory we're discussing now. Really think 6 to 8 is probably the ideal number because it gives you enough time between the big ones and also does give you a couple of complimentary shows, and you're not having this fatigue.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys say. I'm just gonna say this. John asked a question. He started with, if you were WWE TKO. Now, if I'm me, I'm gonna add more shows because if I'm doing a certain deal, for example, with the Saudis, I'm going to also want more money from the States as well. So as I got people watching, let's say WrestleMania when it comes, I'm doing a 2-night show there. I want to do a similar production just like WrestleMania and get it in the States, and I could do a 2-night here too. So I feel like they'll just keep adding more than what we're gonna we wish and what we all agree on here.
I just think the problem is what you're saying. I just think, to me, if you turn around, yeah. David says here in the comment section, he goes, Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber should definitely just go back to being used as, yeah. That's the same thing. Hold on, wait, I should say this one quick thing. That's my same issue with Hell in a Cell.
Okay, but here's
it lost its like Hell in a Cell to me lost its meaning. Like Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
and
they overdid. They overdid.
That's my opinion. Where like those should just be stipulations at a show. But I also understand that they do kind of have a big meaning in the scope of WWE versus Hell in a Cell, where we all knew from our youth that was it. That was the blow off. That was the end.
That was
of
our
everything.
War Games.
Yeah. That was the War Games.
Right.
And unfortunately, as much as I love watching Mick Foley matches and Undertaker matches, and especially that Hell in the Cell, believe it or not, ruined it. Because ever since that Hell in a Cell, now what happens? You expect somebody to go through the top of the cage. You expect somebody to be thrown off the top. Like it's lost its meaning. It's lost its lesson. I mean, for hell, even in the early SmackDown games, they wrote it into the game that you can put people through the cage and throw them off the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It now has become expected. It's lost its luster, which is a fantastic segue for Jay's idea. Essentially, what Jay wants is essentially weekly big money television, because that's what you're left with once the mystique is gone from pay-per-views.
No, you're right. That right there, that sentence, the mystique is gone because of the pay-per-views. And you're right. Like I think TKO is looking at it like Jay's saying, because look at that WrestlePalooza. What was it? Fest. What did they call that thing, man?
It was
WrestlePalooza.
WrestlePalooza because it was their first
pay-per-view
on ESPN.
And you look at the record high prices now, and the way that they're treating it is they're not treating this like the wrestling that we grew up and loved. They're treating this like a business. And Vince McMahon was a millionaire who should have been a billionaire in real life. And TKO is running the company now the way in which to make the people who are at the top billionaires, because they're able to charge it using the UFC's pricing scheme. And if they start looking at how we look at pay-per-views the way that you guys are all saying, there's going to be no blow-offs, no excitement to a Hell in a Cell or anything like that anymore, because they're going to use it to draw a crowd any way they can, because it's bringing in so much money, because we're in a boom period, because wrestling is cool again. It's like that thing where like you have a favorite band and then you just like you want to keep them to your chest, and then all of a sudden you see them on like American Idol or like TRL and you're like, oh shit, dude, no, 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 but you're happy for them at the same time too. That's what wrestling is to me, man.
Well, I mean, you brought up a fantastic point, Phil, talking about, they're going the route of TKO and the UFC. What was one of the best things about the UFC? The pay-per-views were so sporadic, right?
Yeah. It was like 3 or 4 months, and it's like, oh, wait, we're only at UFC 20? But it was like 6 months ago we saw UFC 19.
Right.
Yep, absolutely,
so it was such that was appointment viewing. I remember getting a crew of like 7 or 8 of us together to go to the Charlie Horse to sit there at the bar and watch all of the to watch the fights. And it was just a crazy atmosphere.
It was the boxing formula, man. You looked at the golden age of boxing in the 80s and 90s. I'll challenge anybody. 80s and 90s were the golden age of boxing, dude, because everything and every pay-per-view fucking mattered. As a wrestling nerd, I'm a wrestling nerd. I'm a fucking boxing nerd, dude. That's my real big passion, dude. And the 80s and 90s, the way that they built those pay-per-views, the champions they had, and the big fight feel. Dude, just look at Holyfield Boat, the 3 fights those guys had, man. Look at the way they stretched that out. Look at, like, Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, dude. Like, Julio Cesar Chavez. Like, we had fucking stars, and they treated them as such by making you wait, not just for training between the fights and conditioning, but to give it the proper hype of who's going to fight next. You'd have a weekly fight. You'd have like every other month, you'd have fights on HBO or Showtime, and you'd see the undercard grow, and you'd see who the guys who were coming up would be. But they wouldn't fight a champion for 3-4 fucking years, man. Like that, it was the glory, and that's how UFC. Like when it first started, like when it was no weight class, it was fun, but someone was gonna fucking die. Like when they put in the weight classes and the way they did it, there was an elegance to the sport, and it was done correctly. And now there's a show every fucking week, pay-per-views all the time, and there's so many things going on at once that I can't care as much about the fighters and the fights. And that, as a fight fan and as someone who loves the art of fighting, it's hard to see that gone because they don't really care as much about the consumer's like need for the joy of what they watch, and they want to make us like they want the money. That's it. And that's what a business is. But wrestling had this beautiful thing behind it with Vince that, like, I can't believe I can fucking say I miss anything about Vince McMahon. But, like, he still respected wrestling for what it was. He wanted to make money, but he wanted to make it for the people. We are a fucking circus. We're not boxing. Make it affordable. Make it so we can see it. Keep the storylines. Keep the entertainment. Because the entertainment value is what separates wrestling from any other sport.
And if anybody remembers when TKO first took over or was sold to was acquired, WWE
was acquired by them.
Thank you. One of the things they said was, "Oh my God, why are these ticket prices so low?" Well, they were speaking to your point, Phil. They were so low because, again, can't believe I'm going to praise Vince McMahon on the show, but because Vince McMahon understood and he wanted it to be for the families, so it was more affordable than it could have been.
Yep. They look at it this way: as you can watch it on TV, and that's good enough. If you want to get a show, you'll buy tickets. It's a big special event. But if you're going to have that, like Jay was saying, every event's got to be special. So we're going to lose the luster and magic of some of the stuff because that's how business works, dude. Like, but I'm a ring announcer, but I'm also a marketing director for companies. I've worked in marketing my entire life. I've done shit with movies, TV, film. Like I've been all over the fucking place with it, dude. And that is just marketing 101. It's you're going to sell the big stuff to get the bigger money. And that's what they're doing with TKO. They're selling the big stuff and making wrestling feel bigger than it's ever been. They're giving something to the sport. That's why it's different. I mean, dude, Vince would have never sold ad on the fucking mat. That was a sacred squared circle. But that was thrown out the window too because we're in a different world of wrestling. It's no longer like the Attitude Era or like the Ruthless Aggression Era. This is the business era of professional wrestling right now.
That is the perfect way to describe it. Also, I do want to say, and Kevin, we brought this up earlier in the show, I remember when the IWC collectively lost their minds because Nitro and WCW were putting Slim Jim ads on the ring posts and in itty bitty corners of the mat. And now you look at what TKO is doing, and part of me is just like, ha ha, you morons.
Mm.
It's funny. I was just looking up on Ticketmaster for WrestleMania 42, and I saw all the way up in the nosebleeds that normally would run you maybe 200.
Yeah, I
Or
remember
for a regular
going to
show,
WrestleMania in
20
Boston and the nosebleeds for $230.
How about they're getting? I just saw they're getting for resale $800 for resale.
One night, right?
No, double 2 nights.
2 nights, one seat.
Okay, that's no, it's sad. That's not bad. That's not
But
bad
it's
these days, dude. That's sad, but it's true.
If you want ringside, I saw one for ringside. Anybody want to shell out 14 grand
per ticket per night?
No, for both nights.
For both nights.
I think
So
it's
$7
about
grand a night.
$7 grand. And that's
Dude,
Okay,
that's
so-
right now. That ready? Here's business 101 over you right now, dude. That's right now. Wait till we get to Rumble season and someone wins the Rumble. Wait till people
Right.
start thinking about the storylines. Wait till people start thinking, why do you think WrestleMania tickets go on sale early, man? They sell them early so we can buy them really cheap because we're getting rewarded. Because if something big happens and something grand can go, it's just like Vegas, baby. You put your thing back on there to resell. You're making a shit ton of money because you bought in at $600 for a nosebleed. We get the Rock and Roman Reigns. You're selling that thing for like what, $4 grand? People will buy it.
Yeah. Not only that, what about people who want to return? Because there's this whole speculation that Jericho's coming. So at this point,
Jericho's a great dude, but like in the scope of things, will that help sell tickets? Yeah, but it's like with that point, do I think Jericho, and as much as I love him, would really push prices like to the point where I was just talking like a nosebleed going for that? No, not at all. But like, do I think the momentum they had going into WrestleMania 40, like were the prices that hot? Were prices worth it? Absolutely. That the build to WrestleMania 40 was like that was well worth paying a price to go see. Has it been worth it being? Let's talk about the fact that it's in Vegas 2 years in a row right now. Like that never would have happened before, bro. That never would have happened.
Well,
WrestleMania
4 and 5.
Okay,
They were
4
in
and 5.
one of Trump's
since the new
casinos
era,
in
you know?
Atlantic City.
But again, yes,
think that,
is a
it's
new era
weird.
where that is pretty much
Yeah.
unheard of. Especially
And,
for
like,
a
I'm doing a
length
quick-
of time.
Doing a quick search of like where I currently live in the South, in South Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina has got a SmackDown coming up in February. The lowest price I could see in the cheap seats, like all the way in the back by the wall, it's $60. But if all of a sudden they say The Rock is going to show up, when that goes on Game Time or one of the other resale apps,
That's a 150.
it's going to end up being 150, 200 easy. And
Oh, yeah,
that's in
absolutely.
the farthest reaches of the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North
Like
Carolina.
you're sitting with your back against the wall.
So if you
Yeah.
think about it, ready? This also beckons to the whole Ticketmaster protocol thing that was going on with people with the resell, if they're allowed to do that kind of thing, the profiteering and stuff. Look at that. So this is again a perfect example of why WWE is in the business era. They're putting it out where like, yeah, nosebleeds are cheap if you get them right away. You're going to get them right now. And if not, you can make a few bucks and they can make more money on the back end. They'll release more tickets because they have less big of a set now too. Like they made the set smaller. It's more like a house show at Raw now because they're putting more seats down to get more people in there, man. It is the business era, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what it's becoming now. And it's becoming more of a, you have to really shell out the money. And our people nowadays want to, with everything that's going on, I don't want to get into the whole politics and everything, but are people going to want to shell out money to go sit in the nosebleeds and spend that much money on a show?
I'll pay less and I'll go see AEW and I'll see a better one. That's the
I'll
beauty
pay
of
less to go see
competition.
TNA and still see just as good as AEW and WWE.
I'll go support the indies and I'll see people who still work for AEW and TNA on those indie shows. Like
Speaking of
that's
the
the
indies.
beauty right now that comes with WWE being as successful as it is and the TKO business merger. The indies are booming, baby, because people have a newfound love for professional wrestling and it's a cool thing again. So what does it do? It showcases a lot of these guys on the indies and we get to bring them to that dance. And that's fucking amazing. That's the best part of our job.
But it's funny though, you bring that up, and I've said this on the show for the last 4 years. This is why, to me, you go to the indie shows. You go to the Blitzkriegs. You go to the Creator Pros because you're not paying an arm and a leg to go to these shows. You're getting one hell of an experience. I mean, I still remember, Phil, the one of the Blitzkrieg shows I was at, and it was Bronson versus Cruel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a great match, dude. That was super fun.
And Cruel is somebody we see on MLW. Bronson actually this week is set to go up against Frankie Kazarian for the TNA World Heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm. And let's say right now, dude, him and his wife are our tag team champions right now. So there's that. And that's the beauty of the indie scene and the beauty of what AEW and TNA allow us to do with working with some of their talents. So even though they're under contract, man, like that's huge. People really don't appreciate how amazing that truly is. Like that's awesome. That is giving wrestling to the fans. And that's why I really love those companies. And that's why I really do. I don't want to go into tribalism with wrestling by any means because I hate it because I love all of it. But that's why it's more like AEW is for the wrestling fans and WWE is for the casual fan. And the marketed towards like it's a spectacle, it's an event, it's the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe of wrestling. And that's awesome. But like there's other people that like DC, the grittier like type stories sometimes, like the Batmans. And we have our company for that. And that's cool too, man. It's great that we have so much on our plates that we have the indies, we have TNA, we have NWA, we have MLW, we have GCW. There's something for everyone right now. And that's to the credibility of how big wrestling is right now. And a lot of that is to do with TKO.
Exactly. Guys, I have to, as the host, because I got yelled at before by Phil, so I have to do the right thing here and just introduce who we just brought on screen now. Girlfriend, still getting into this whole crazy wrestling world. Amanda.
Hi.
And your better half is here. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to all of you.
But Amanda, I wanted to ask you something. Obviously, you're still getting into this whole wrestling crazy world now. What do somebody who's brand new into all this? What are your thoughts on the whole ticket price thing?
I just told you this the other night. What was it, Sunday night? Because we're going to Connecticut this weekend. And he was saying that there's the house show Sunday in Connecticut we were looking at the tickets. They start as of right now, they start at like $76. And that's all the way up in the nosebleeds. And they go all the way to, what was it, 3,000?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's
like 3,000, 4,000 for the floor. And like going down towards the floor.
Mm-hmm. And that's the issue. Because see, I remember, and I'm not going to complain ever really about $60 for a balcony seat. They were $25, $30 in the 90s and early 2000s, but whatever. My problem isn't the balcony charge. It's the fact that lower level and floor has become so high priced outside of a pay-per-view that even a house show is getting pay-per-view prices these days for the floor. You used to be able to go to a house show and get a floor ticket for like $130 to $200 and be close to the action and be able to see the guys up close. Now at a house show, with them charging $3,000 for the first few rows on the floor, that isn't making the experience for everyone. That's just giving gutted prices. There's no way in hell anyone should be paying $1,000 for a house show ticket for any seat ever.
But also
exactly.
I would extend that to Monday Night Raw.
No, agreed.
That's the dark side of experiencing the boom that we're going through right now. Because of WWE being on Netflix, AEW being on HBO Max, TNA being on AMC Plus, in what 8 days?
It's in a few weeks.
Yeah, they start.
Yeah, that's the downside because more supply, more demand, more supply. You maybe make it a little bit more elite. You see what are people willing to pay? If you can have floor seats for $6,000 a pop, and you're still having a sold out floor without having to give any tickets away, then it goes to Phil's statements throughout the entirety of him being here, is that it's the business era.
That's not just with WWE, like with SmackDown or Raw or any of them. That's also with concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's all Ticketmaster stuff with the resellers. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the artists are doing the same thing.
But the problem is, the resellers are always going to be a problem, and that's why, if you really look at it, there should be more stipulations on Ticketmaster for reselling and stuff like that. But that's a whole other topic outside of wrestling. But my problem isn't just that; is they're setting the base price on sale when they go on sale to the public in the thousands for house shows on floor seats. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
there never should be that. If it's a house show, $100-$200 for the floor, first come, first serve. Make it like it was back then. I remember having to go wait in line at Sears, dude, to get my fucking wrestling tickets, man. Like, not being able to get them online. I'm showing my fucking age, but like, dude, it's first come, first serve. It shouldn't be that high for a house show ever.
No, I remember, and I'm going to show my age here as well. I remember watching Wrestling Challenge, All American Wrestling, Wrestling Superstars, Primetime Wrestling, and they would always have that one commercial before they came back that would list the upcoming house show dates, and it would always say tickets are sold on a first come, first serve basis.
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a weird age, dude. It's like you don't really appreciate what it was like until it's gone, like what it was till it's gone, kind of. That's what getting old has taught me, I guess. Like, I missed like the ability to go to Blockbuster and pick a movie because it was more of a romantic feeling to it than have everything just at my disposal. It's when you ask, it's like you always gotta watch out what you ask for, man, because once you have it, you'll miss the romanticism of it. I teach my kid one thing always: it's not the trip itself you're gonna miss. It's the fucking buildup. Because once it's over and once you're there, that goes by quick. It's that buildup and that excitement that you're gonna remember more than anything.
Oh, it's just like, so all right. I moved 45 minutes away from where I grew up, and I always, when I grew up, where I grew up, had this fantastic pizza joint, and that was my favorite pizza joint. Whenever it was pizza night, the 1 month, one at a time every few months that it was pizza time, pizza night, we'd always get it from there. And when I started going back, home to visit my brother and everything, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to stop by Riccati's. And I remember the first time that I had that bite after being away for almost 20 years, like it was like an immediate transport back, and like, and my brother had a saying, and I'm going to try to remember it, but he would say nostalgia makes everything better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does too. It does, man. Like, and that's again goes with like why I like people who like wrestling. It's because we have a romantic heart in general, because we romance something like wrestling, like movies, like comics, like games. And we romanticize it for the story, the characters, and the journey itself and what it brings us on. And that's why I love this sport, man. It's everything that people like that love all rolled into one. And that's why the community can be so great when it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a question for everybody here, and we can just go right around. And the question is, what was the first match that you ever saw that made you a wrestling fan?
Oof.
John. Kevin, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
No, because I've got two for this one. The first match, I don't know who he was facing, but it was Yokozuna. My cousin showed me an old VHS tape, and I didn't know his name at the time. I just knew him as the Fat Man. I want to see the Fat Man wrestle, and I was 5. My folks would not let me go and watch it all after I saw that tape. It wasn't until September 2002, the Unforgiven pay-per-view, where it was Undertaker Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And watching that match, to go and use JR terminology, two hosses, duking it out, or the Big E terminology too also works.
Two meaty men slapping meat.
Yep. But it was the moment that this wrestling bug bit me was when Undertaker took the chair to Brock's head.
Ooh,
and you saw Brock go out of the ring, and then you see the chair lift up, and there's this big ass dent in the seat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love this for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah.
Amanda?
I don't really know, because I got into it more because of you.
Oh.
Which is true. I started going to the shows with him, and that's how I got into it more.
Right, but what was so I guess for you the question would be modified a little bit to be, what was the match that you saw that made you go, yeah, I'll go to the next show with him, instead of being like, nah, you can go, I'll stay home, you can go do whatever it is you're doing.
The first one I went to, I was in Albany with him for Light Up the Sky, and it had to be with Fox. Yeah, with Fox and Maverick.
Okay.
Because Maverick provoked him, and then they started, Fox being him, started going on Maverick, where then Chris Envy came to want to protect his own son.
And
so it had to be that one.
Okay.
Just a quick story with what Amanda just said. I was working camera for that. I remember this.
Yeah.
We weren't talking to you, John. We were talking. It was Amanda's time to shine. Stop trying to take her shine.
Yeah, he was working camera, and I texted him, and I'm like, "What is going on?" Because I didn't know at first, and I'm like, "Wait, he really got hurt?" And he's like, so when they went to intermission, he came over to me and he's like, no, he's fine. It's all part of, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I had no clue. I thought it was all real.
Yeah. Then they did their job.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you?
Well, the question is, what match that got me into the show?
What was the match that you saw that made you go, I need to watch this more?
Like live show or like TV?
Doesn't matter. Whatever made you a fan.
All right. For me, it was definitely Stone Cold. When I saw Stone Cold basically going against Kane and Monday Night Raw, that was it for me. I started getting into that. Then I started going to live shows. I was very upset because I couldn't afford a ticket for Triple H's return on MSG. Super duper tight. And John knows, a good friend of ours, Savage, went, and he actually got kicked out on that show. So I wish I was there so I could have just recorded all that and laughed. So but I did go. They had a show, I think, like 2 years after. I saw Triple H versus Kane when he was champ with Flair and the Evolution thing. So that was pretty cool to me. Yeah, I saw Scott Steiner, Booker T. So that was cool to me. I also remember a moment when I saw Sting and Seth Rollins with the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. So that was freaking awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I never thought I would see Sting up close, but bro, the pop.
That's cool.
Oh, man, it was awesome, bro.
That is awesome. All right, Phil, what's yours? I'm waiting to hear.
God, it's funny because like my earliest memories, some of my earliest memories are watching WCW Saturday night on my grandfather's lap. And I couldn't picture an exact match, but I knew that was the time when I started really loving wrestling. And so the match that I think that really sealed it for me was the build-up and everything about WrestleMania 6 and Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, champion versus champion, and just I was, oh God, I was like 9 years old, man. Like Ultimate Warrior was the coolest fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life at that point, man. Like, but it wasn't just him that did it. Like it was like Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect was my absolute favorite wrestler as a kid, and I worshiped the ground that man walked on. Kurt Hennig was a wrestling genius. He really shaped my love of the business. Guys like Rick Rude, SummerSlam with him and Warrior, dude. Like the wearing, like Rick was so underutilized in my opinion, man. He was great in WCW.
Oh, in WWF, absolutely.
Yeah, he was one of the fucking best of all time, dude. Like, but that I'd say Hogan and Warrior shaped my love of the business, my understanding and want to be a part of the business. No doubt in my mind is I had a cassette tape of this that I would bring over my friends' houses, and to introduce them to wrestling, I would always start at the opening match of this pay-per-view, WrestleMania 10, Brett versus Owen. That match is one of the best wrestling matches to this day, and that was such a stacked pay-per-view, dude. Like, yeah, the first ladder match on there as well, but Brett and Owen, like the storyline going into it, the brother versus brother, like the story they told in that ring, and Owen going over the way he did, and then Brett winning that night, like that was my hooks were in, and like I was like, I'm doing something in wrestling in my life. I love this too much.
So aside from the greatest WrestleMania 3 wrestling match,
hell yeah, man.
Those are original LJNs circa 1985. So aside from the greatest WrestleMania match ever, I would say that is second, and honorable mention goes to WrestleMania 8 Piper versus Brett.
Hell fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Like that's a great fucking match, dude. That's a great. Brett was incredible, dude. And what and to go on what Jay said, Steve Austin, like Brett and Austin, like,
oh my God, the double turn. What?
On, man. Like,
when was the last when other than that match, when have you ever seen a double turn, first of all, and when have you ever seen any turn executed that well?
Yeah, it was that match was fucking amazing. Like, it solidified. Like, Austin was born with the 316 promo like King of the Ring, but that match with Brett, dude, like that's why he is on the Rushmore of wrestling. Like, one of the reasons, like, Austin's contributions to this business and the small amount of time he was here, and let's face it, it was small, was so fucking monumentally huge that it trumps so much of so many professional wrestlers these days. People don't appreciate how big that fucking Austin boom was.
Oh, it was huge. I remember hearing teachers in high school talk about it. Talk about Steve Austin, or the football coaches being like, "Hey, did you see wrestling last night?" And talking about Austin McMahon, like what?
Oh yeah, I went from being made fun of liking wrestling to like everyone in the fucking school liking wrestling when DX and Austin came out, man. Like it was crazy, dude. That was the first boom. And that's when like the boom, the Monday Night Wars, like the boom of the Attitude Era, dude. Like, and I mean that's why this new era, the business era, like I'm saying, it's like that is the next big boom since the Attitude Era. We haven't really had a boom this big since the Attitude Era, and we're in it right now, man. And like we have two great companies putting out great shit and such a different product that it's awesome. And like the indies are the hottest they've ever been. There's so many companies. Like, dude, it's awesome to love wrestling right now.
Oh, listen, it is great. It is fantastic that I can apply my AAA baseball analogy to pro. I saw Kevin's head just snap back to the screen when I said that. And I can apply it to wrestling. And my analogy with AAA baseball is you can spend less and you have just as great of a chance of seeing something just as awesome or seeing just as a big of a name. You know, and the same thing is true now with the indies because of how what has happened over time and how contracts have then evolved, where you can be on WWE TV and maintain some of your dates that you have, like Ricky Saints with Reality of Wrestling a couple weeks ago, like Gigi Dolan with, or Priscilla Kelly with Blitzkrieg.
Yep, absolutely, man. And that's the beauty of it, dude, is like we're so fortunate. And dude, myself, outside of being in it, like, dude, as a fan, I get to say to myself, like, dude, I've got to introduce so many people to the ring that like my 15, 16-year-old self would shit their fucking pants if they know that I could say that I did that. And it's only because we're in this new era now that we get these people working the indies, and it's so fucking cool, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I remember when wrestling had started to hit that boom, and when I was younger watching it, we had legends, right? But our legends were like JJ Dillon. Like they didn't have our legend wasn't like DDP.
Yeah.
And I have I have a friend, Furio Falcone, who wrestled DDP, over here in Mass, and it was,
there you go, man.
Like it was crazy. He took, I think, 3 diamond cutters.
That's so awesome. That's great.
And you couldn't help but just be happy because like you just got diamond cutted, bro.
Yeah, right. It's a badge of honor. Like I remember the first time I met DDP. He's so fucking cool too, dude. Like it was so awesome. I was working at it was 2012, and I was working with a movie called Huff that was doing the horror circuit, and we were in Louisville, Kentucky at Fright Night Film Fest, and we were doing the movie, and he was one of the guests there, and he was at like 2 booths down from me while we were doing like a live podcast recording, like with Charlie O'Connell, like Jonathan Rice Davies, all the people from the movie. And he came over and did the show with us out of nowhere. And she like did the diamond cutter thing to my co-host. And I'm just sitting there going, this is the coolest fucking thing ever. And most of the people are geeking out over like Pinhead, all these horror people. And I'm sitting there like, bro, DDP just like fucking did this diamond cutter thing to my co-host. And later that same fucking night, dude, Al Snow came over and did the show, and he literally made my fucking buddy's nipples bleed by giving him such a big titty twister. And those were the highlights of that show. It wasn't like the movie people. It was the fucking legends that were right there with you. And you get that now as a fucking fan. It's so cool, dude.
Yeah. Just the evolution of wrestling, the boom period that we're hitting again is fantastic. But again, like I said, there is a little bit of a dark side to it, and it's unfortunately the ticket prices.
Yeah, but people still pay.
But people still pay.
And we're still watching, and there's 6 of us in a room right now talking about it, and more people are watching us talk about it now. It's become a part of culture now, and it's getting treated the way it honestly probably should have been treated for years and back during that Attitude Era. Like, and it's being treated that way now. Just be happy that we got to grow up in the era we did, that we have the indies the way they are right now, and that we can be fortunate enough to get tickets to go sometimes, man. It's hard for the guys who work for the company to get their families to go now even, man. There's ticket rules in place. Like, I have a couple friends that work in WWE right now that they can't get a lot of tickets for shows. Like, I can't be like, yo, dude, want to hook me up, because I know it won't happen anymore. Like it's a business now, first and foremost. And it sucks a little, but like, it also gave us like that universal appeal. Like I said, it's your favorite band getting on TRL, or like getting on the radio and getting that big radio hit. It's like, yeah, it's awesome now, but like we're sharing it. And when you share it with casual people and you treat it like a business and like a sport, like the NFL, like the MLB, thank God for AAA, because we get to go, like you said, and watch these people at the start. We're going to be there and get a relationship with them. Maybe if we be Facebook friends with them and watch their career go and be a small part of it. And I think, honestly, that appeals more to the romantic side of why I like wrestling in the first place than the new one does, than the new, like, watching just WWE. And I'll happily, like, support the indies and the smaller companies right now because it makes me feel like I'm still living that nostalgia of what wrestling used to be and watching these guys grow into the superstars in that Marvel Cinematic Universe that is the WWE eventually.
Yeah.
Just want to chime in before I have to do like a hop off. I gotta go take care of something quickly. Ray, answer your question for me. What got me was, and it wasn't because it was a technical match. It was more for the story that was being told. Bryan against the Authority going into WrestleMania.
Ooh, that's a good. That was a good story.
Movement.
I love that because, and I'm going to use one word. It was relatable.
And I'll use another word. It was homegrown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just one other
It was an authentic thing. Like people didn't want what they were trying to be given.
Exactly. And I just mentioned another thing here. It actually works out appropriate that Amanda's on here and Phil's on here as well, because I actually have enough to play quickly, and I kind of teased this last week a little bit. And
that's right. The announcement. He came on to make the announcement that he was making an announcement this week.
Johnny Khan, let's go, buddy.
Started in 2026, Around the Ropes will have our first paid sponsor.
Hey, that's big time, dude.
And the company is called Simple Greens, which is actually a dispensary out here on Long Island.
Hey,
my friend.
It is true. He told me, and I saw everything, so it's very well true.
So it wasn't a Dixie Carter announcement. I appreciate that, Amanda.
Yeah.
So got that.
We don't have to put them through a table.
No Slim Jim tables.
Depending on when the wall is.
Well, man, if they need anyone to like give weed to come on the show, by all means, man, I'll volunteer.
Well, actually, there is a possibility I could be doing the show from their store.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's badass, bro. We work with a lot of dispensaries in Blitzkrieg, and it's got its perks, bro. Good for you. That's awesome.
And Phil, here's what I mentioned also. I remember you and I were talking about coming back for a show.
Yep.
Depending on schedule, and depending on if I can get Amanda to come with me, which shouldn't be that difficult. We will be at the Luau show.
Oh, bro, I'd love to have you back for the Luau. I'd love to have you.
Oh, you know it,
man. Like the Luau is our
I just
WrestleMania.
said to him too. I said to him, I go, so I keep hearing about the Luau show and Blitzkrieg and everything, but when are we going?
Well, you will definitely be going to the Luau. I cannot stress enough, like, get to this year's Luau. Like, it is our WrestleMania. It is our big one. We always have a jam-packed crowd. It's always fun. Like, it's the energy in that room, man. Like, I look forward to it all year long. Like, it's like, for me, like, it's Halloween and it's the Luau. Those are and then Christmas. Those three, I'd say. Those are my three. And it's probably in that order. I like Halloween a lot. What can I say? But it's like, I mean, my yearly trip to Horror Nights, Fright Kingdom, all that shit, that's my favorite thing in the world to do. Like, but the Luau is my favorite work and wrestling thing to do because, like, everyone's just trying to put on the match of the night. The fans are loud. They're drunk. They're high. They're having a great fucking time. The energy bleeds through on the IWTV. I do lots of appearances on, like, the news, podcasts. We hype this show like crazy because it's hypeable for a reason, man. Like, we're in Retromania, the video game, dude. Like, the Luau is a level in Retromania. Like, we debuted that at fucking RetroCon. Like, I mean, I got the poster on my fucking wall they gave us, bro. Like, we got put in a fucking video game because of the Luau. Come to the fucking Luau. Like, the Luau is legendary for a reason, man. Like, I want to see all you motherfuckers there.
And
we'll be there. And Phil, you give me an idea because John lost bets to me.
Oh, crap, I forgot.
Yeah. So you just gave me an idea for the
Hell
Luau
yeah,
show.
I like that. Do you know what, John here, Mr. Dispensary, I think the dispensary should know that the first time John Blaine smoked weed was with this guy right here.
Yes.
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 Yeah,
I didn't
he
know we
told
were
me.
having you plug on the show, John.
But guys, seriousness, like I said, I do gotta hop off because I gotta take care of something. But Phil, I was glad we were able to get you on. We're gonna have you on a lot more come 2026.
Don, I appreciate you getting me on. I'd appreciate you more if you'd get me off, but it's always great having you around, dude. Like, I love you, dude. You're fun. You're just a fun guy who loves wrestling. Like, and you just have this ability to bring a room together and make it fun, dude. And I appreciate you for that. And I'll always have fun with you. And I will ask this one favor since we're all here. And, you know, it's kind of like a New Year's wish, we'll call it. I want to end my 2025 in a way that we really celebrated you in 2024. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about, John, but I remember back in 2024, we did a show together where John was like, I wonder what it was like would be like introduced to the ring. So I gave him his wish and I introduced John to the ring and I made him strip like Rick Rude. And he did it to the Rick Rude theme song. And if you haven't seen it, it is one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life. So what I would like to do right now for 2025 to go into 2026 is I would like to introduce you to the ring one more time, John. And
Well,
I already have the wrestlers chosen who I would like to be you to emulate.
Phil,
So
I would love
are you
to.
ready to give me what I want?
Phil, I would love to, but unfortunately, I have to go take care of what I have to take care of because we gotta go take care of something quickly. So unfortunately, I gotta put that on hold for right now.
You owe me one Val Venus entrance.
Okay. How about this? At the luau.
Bro, if you're all right, hold the chips. You got 30 more seconds before you go, motherfucker. If you're telling me that you're gonna do it at the luau, bitch, I might try and make that happen on camera. So like we'll talk. Yes, you're at the luau. You're getting a Val Venus, and best believe there'll be a towel, and I will supply the trunks, and there will be nothing else on, John. If you're committing to this at the luau, I will pay for your fucking ticket. I will get the trunks. I will get the fucking towel, and you will
I'll
Val
start
Venus
buying
this
the baby
motherfucker.
oil.
Well, I'm
Diddy
gonna say
and
this right now in front of this camera, in front of Kevin, Ray, Jay, Amanda, and the ATR Nation.
hello, ladies.
Let's do it.
The Big John Boski. The Big John Boski will debut at the luau this year, and it'll happen. And I'm going to get tights for you, John, and you can't back out.
I'm not.
Okay.
Especially
I'll make sure he does
And this
it.
will not be right to censor Val Venus. So don't try and pull that shit. This will be original Big Val Boski Val Venus.
But in all seriousness,
I will say this, Phil. I will be recording it.
Absolutely. The world needs to see this.
but no, in all seriousness, guys,
And then I can go and edit it, right?
in all
That-
seriousness,
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
especially Kevin, Ray, and Jay. Like I said these guys before, I appreciate you guys for holding on the fort these last couple of weeks. And the show will continue. And next year, I said this before, and I'll say this again, Road to 5.
The road to 5. Hashtag road to 5.
Road to 5.
Guys, I'll see you guys all next year.
Happy New Year, Mr.
Happy
Blaine.
New Year, Mr. Blaine.
Year.
Have a good one.
Happy.
There
Just
we
like
go.
that, he disappeared.
Just like that. So I will answer my.
Phil, I will
Oh, I
make
can't hear you.
sure I record that show because then I can send it to him so he has it.
I
to keep-
personally wish I could package it onto the fucking goddamn show itself and put it on IWTV personally, but I don't think that could happen. But I mean, I
don't-
wish it could
hold
because I
on.
think the world needs to see this.
So the
I can't hear anybody right
know.
now.
you can't.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
There we go. So I will answer my own question, which was about the match that got me into wrestling. It was Outback Jack versus Killer Khan. And I was sitting there watching it on TV. I saw Killer Khan green mist Outback Jack, and it terrified me. It absolutely terrified me, and I had been hooked since. So that was the match that got me to be a fan back in 86, I think it was. David over in the UK says, I first became a wrestling fan in 1985 at 5 years old, watching the late British wrestling legends Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks on World of Sport Wrestling. Those are some names. Those are some definite throwback names.
It's crazy because Stone Cold really got me into it, but I could have just stopped there and just say, you know what, I'm sticking with WWF and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me like want to open more to it. And I started watching WCW, even the bad years, 99 and 1000 and 2000. But
listen, 2001.
I just started getting. I'm just like you, Ray. Like I would just like research matches from the past, and I gotta watch that match you talk about and just play.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you'd be able to find it. It was so.
You could find anything.
I'm sure you can find it. I'm just not sure where you would find it. But yeah, no, it was. Think about it. 1986. I was 5. I was 4 or 5-ish, and like, imagine being a little kid that age, and you see this giant, scary man just spit this green mist.
Crazy.
Into this fun-loving Aussie's face, and like you're terrified, but you're terrified in a way that you were terrified of the Friday the 13th movies, where you saw the first one, Jason terrified you, you went to go see the second one. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's so crazy.
Bill can't hear any of y'all except for me. Wilson, you got to look into that, buddy. Look into it for us. But I'm going to say this. I just appreciated it more because of what got me into it, and I wanted to know more. And I think that's what everybody, that they're curious to know more, and they want to know and research and know who the players are. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I had G.I. Joes when I was a kid, okay? Mm-hmm. G.I. freaking Joes. You know what else I had besides G.I. Joes?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. I didn't even know who the person is. I'm a little kid. I had a Hulk Hogan figure. What does that tell you? It tells you that it's generation to generation. And now that I'm old enough and now my son is starting to watch a little wrestling here and there, you know,
mm-hmm.
I appreciate it more. And I think that a lot of people tend to forget that, man, you know, like they don't appreciate, they think it's this and garbage and that. And it's not about that. Even if it's something a certain promotion you don't enjoy, just appreciate what's going on. Appreciate the indies, you know what I mean? Like indie show coming up in Queens in January 24th, CCW at the Elks Lodge. You go there. Why? Because I'm a freaking fan. I have that. I have more fun paying for that than I would watching Raw or SmackDown or just going there. It's not gonna do me any justice. It's like I'm gonna go there to see big names. I've seen some of the good ones, but why do I gotta go? Do I want to see El Grande Americano versus versus Sue? Like, listen, I'm paid to see that.
I do want to say that the work that El Grande Americano and the Americanos are doing is Edge and Christian conquistador level work.
Yep,
like
absolutely, dude.
They were given a gimmick that they weren't even supposed to be a part of, you know, because Chad Gable gets hurt, and they have just taken this and run with it.
Talk about,
you know,
such a demotion, but you turn it around. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Damian Sandow. You take him as a stunt double of The Miz, a huge joke, and he makes it into something.
I mean, it took a little while, but like, I mean, what got me was the stunts on the outside of the ring.
I would just get
like the Miz gets hip tossed and like he gets hip tossed by thin air, and he sells it the way the Miz did. It was great. Like I was in my 30s, and I was just like, this is fucking hilarious. This is literally why I started watching wrestling.
All right, dude. I gotta bail, guys. I got a early morning and stuff like that, New Year's Eve, but absolutely amazing to meet y'all, dude. Like, you guys are doing awesome, man. I like the show. I like the format. It's killer, man. I hope to see you guys all at the Luau. Open invitation, man. I would love to meet each and every one of you. Chill, get there early. If you smoke herb, I got you covered. Got to get in that mindset, man. Got to have some fun. But yeah, absolutely, man. An absolute honor to be with you guys. I'm super happy. Follow me online, Disney Dad World Instagram, Phil McManus, Voice of the Faithful on Facebook, and big show in February. More to come. I'll be definitely giving you guys updates, man.
We appreciate that, Phil.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
We will see you when that date gets closer, and we will have you on so we can talk about what's going to happen. What can we expect? You know, with Blitzkrieg, we know that we can always expect a fantastic show with killer content, you know, and an amazing vibe. So, Phil, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
And you have yourself a fantastic new year. And again, thank you for joining us for our last show of 2025.
Absolutely, man. Happy New Year to all of you. Go have a great end of 2025, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Gentlemen, the last show of the year is winding down.
Should we do the quick awards?
Should we do the quick awards? I mean, first off, I do want to thank Phil. Phil stayed far longer than he ever needed to. He could have, you know, left after the interview and just, it still would have been a good show. But I love it when hosts like Phil, like Bobby Fish, they stay on longer, and just so that we can talk, it gives the ATR Nation the ability to see the person behind the persona. You know, you get to see what they like. I would have never have thought that Phil McManus and myself would, you know, had very similar wrestling tastes and, you know, theories about how and why things are done. Like that's fantastic. And that's kind of what the show is for. And that's what, you know, viewers of the Around the Ropes show and members of the ATR Nation can expect from us in 2026. I know personally, in 2026, I have a couple of guests lined up, a couple federations. You know, we've got big things, as MVP says, big things popping, nothing stopping. Right. So with that said, Jay, you wanted to get to the awards. Kevin's saying, awards? What awards? I didn't make any graphics for awards. That's because we shoot from the hip over here. Well, I mean, not that Kevin ever really makes graphics anymore. Neither, you know, it's kind of along the same. It's in the same part of his room as Wilson's Corner.
It's somewhere over there.
It's somewhere over there. He'll find it when he finds it. Not a big deal. All right, so let's go. Do we want to break this down by Kevin's screen is back in Wilson's Corner? Listen, David, it worked last week, but we can't keep saying that just because he is in the corner, he's given us new versions of Wilson's Corner.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, David. Don't listen to him. You keep saying that.
So listen, do we want to break this down by org, or do we just want to incorporate everybody in the questions? So instead of being like best new male breakout star for 2025 in NXT and AEW, WWE, do we just go male breakout star 2025 and incorporate everybody?
Yeah. I think because we have 10 minutes left, we probably need to just kind of encompass it entirely and not just
all right,
break
so
it
we're going to shotgun it?
Shoot.
And yeah, we're going to have to shotgun this because, like I said, awards. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Leroy Jenkins these awards. So
Leroy Jenkins.
At least I got some chicken.
Jenkins. All right. So, like I just said, best male breakouts, male breakout star of 2025.
Obafemi.
I'm with you, Jay.
Javon Evans.
Ooh. Ooh,
and
that's a
I
good
say
one.
Javon, like I was thinking Obafemi first, and I went, no. Like Obafemi, you kind of like looking at how he looks and how he works, you expect him to be good. And then you look at Javon Evans, where he's a young kid, and you think he doesn't have enough experience yet, but he is working like he does. He works business, and he's like what 21 or 22, something like that. Like he's
like
young,
really young.
So, like, no, Javon Evans, and he has like absolutely floored me. And if I had to give like 3, Javon Evans wins, Obafemi, and then Kyle Fletcher in AEW. He's had a massive 25 to me.
Damn, Kev.
He came out with the
He came out swinging, bro. Okay.
Sophisticated chaos finally showed up.
Seriously.
They're Javon Evans fans like me.
Listen, we're all Javon Evans fans here now, and we can pretty much all agree that we just don't know what the hell's going on.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm glad to see that he is being him and Trick are on.
Trick is shining. Trick is shining right now. He's on another level.
They've got that man. Man just talking, and the crowd is popping for him. He's just talking to GMs in a backstage segment, and the crowd is going for him.
He looks like the biggest superstar I've ever seen. I swear.
He does. He's got
I'm like
sits down.
Like Booker T whenever I see him on the screen. Pop that Trick. Pop that Trick. Oh yeah.
No, it's true, and I think that is fantastic. All right, so we did male breakout.
Male breakout.
We did.
Let's go with female breakout.
Mercedes Moné.
I am gonna go with Kalani Jordan.
Maxine Dupree.
My man.
He's just doing that to piss me off.
My man.
No. How in
the blue hell the whole year, 365 days, this woman deserves to be the breakout.
Well, I mean, great wrestling mind, Bully Ray always goes and says, "What do you remember the most? The finish."
Barely on TV.
How was the finish? And she's also, barely been on TV. I get it, but when she has been on TV, she's maximized her time. And especially in the last month with Becky Lynch, where she's holding her own with Becky on the mic.
Yeah,
especially the last couple of weeks.
I mean, just last week. She just
got murdered last night. Right? She got murdered last night. Last night she got murdered.
She's not supposed to win every.
But she's not the breakout star of the year. This is the year. You guys talking about 2-3 months.
For him, Maxine is
12 months.
For you, Mercedes is. I don't think, as much as I love Mercedes, I don't think
I love her.
Breakout star of the. I think she's.
I don't think she's. I think she's doing exactly what's expected of her.
She has to be the it to all. Why? Because she has like 10, 11 belts, for God's sake.
I mean, I think she's down to like 9.
It has to be the it to all. That's it.
But that's why I said what I said. Mercedes Moné is kind of like, hey, we kind of expect this from her. We expect her to be like 10, 12, 15 belts.
I didn't because when she in AEW, she was trash. That's what I thought.
That would kind of be like if you went and said, Tom Brady, 10 years into his career with 2 MVPs under his belt as the breakout player of the NFL. It's like, well, he's been in the league for 10 years. He averages 35 touchdowns and 4 picks a year, and he's got 2 MVPs. It's not really
Let's move on. So we got
Drake May, breakout.
I said Kalani Jordan.
Okay.
I think that to go with what you had said when you illustrated Javon Evans, I think that she has far exceeded what was expected of her, right? Like we were just talking about Mercedes. Mercedes, the bar was always up here for her, but she may not have been put in a position to exceed that bar. Now she's doing it, but that doesn't mean that she's the breakout. Whereas Kalani, the bar was here, and she is she has made that mark up here. Same thing with Javon Evans. I'm
kind of thinking with Maxine Dupree, like, remember, she started out as just simply the valet.
Right. And she didn't really start wrestling until what? Beginning of this year?
Last year. She was starting to really wrestle more often this year. And I see market improvement in her every time I go and watch.
In her wrestling, in her promo skills, like Jay's gonna fight us till
Let's move on. Let's move on. We got it. Let's move on.
But all right, listen. What about let's go with male tag team.
I'm gonna say none. I don't think there was
across all.
I have to say, because I think across all booking was bad. But if you want me to pick a team, I'll pick the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bucks too, because the story that they did where they ran out of money,
exactly,
and like their slow redemption arc with Kenny was a thing of beauty. And I've never been a big fan of the Bucks. I never understood the gimmick. I never understood any of it. I just kind of looked at them as, oh, cool, kick.
Thigh slap.
Super kick party.
Okay, but this year changed my opinion on those guys.
Yeah, no, they did, and that was one of my biggest. Again, that was also one of my biggest gripes with the Bucks was there was no character development. Right? It was always we're the Bucks, super kick party. We work with our friends, we win. Whereas with and I agree with you. That's why I'm saying the Bucks as well. But with this year, it was actual character work, and it was believable character work. It was very much. And I try not to compare storylines, but like we've always said, everything in wrestling has already been done. And the last time we saw that down on their luck gimmick, it was Bad Luck Corbin, who took it and ran and did such great character work with it.
That he even made Happy Corbin.
They had to make Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin worked. I liked Happy Corbin.
He didn't have the mustard shirt stains anymore. Like it was great.
You could clearly tell that like he's not getting those weekly haircuts. Keep them shaved down. You could see like the pattern showing up, the George Costanza type look.
Yeah.
Like it was great. The beard was unkempt. He just was like, it
was
he's
very similar
things.
I say this with all of the respect and love for pro wrestling in my heart. What Corbin did in that span and what the Bucks, adjacently did is very reminiscent of, you remember when Brock turned on Heyman and he did that sit down with Renee and he legitimately looked like he hadn't slept in days. He hadn't shaved. Like he looked like he was going to break down in tears at any moment.
The same thing with the after WrestleMania 40, leading up into telling Solo Sikoa, "You are not my tribal chief." He was doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like Paul is like, some of the stories you've heard about him are a little really, but no, he's a genius when it comes to wrestling and like the acting part of it and like getting people to believe.
Without
getting people to like to sink their teeth in. It's one of the things I love about pro wrestling is, like I said last week, look, we watch a program where the revenge you seek on a person who did you wrong is not to call the police because they committed a felony by burning you alive in an interview. No, it's to challenge you to a wrestling match.
And also maybe in some cases burn you during an interview, Kane.
Yes. Or, you go and run somebody over with your car and you try to figure out who it was, and then you find out it was one of your cousins. He did it.
I did it for the Rock. I did it for the people.
Shut up, you tongue faggy.
What's that?
All right, so we did tag team,
but we did male tag team. The flip of that is the female tag team.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I will go.
Alexa.
See, I was gonna go with Sol Ruka and Zarya.
That's another good choice too. I went with Charlotte Alexa because it was the whole strange bedfellows that actually turned out to we're not so strange after all.
Right, which yes,
and
but at the same time, being a
Charlotte away from the women's championship, which is good.
Also, yes. But this is why I didn't pick it, because for me, being a wrestling fan as long as I have been, I knew that that's what was going to be the end result, right? We were going to have them be a very strong tag team. Whereas with Zarya and Sol Ruka, it was like, again, it was the Kalani Jordan, Javon Evans thing. Like, here's the bar, here you guys are. You know, like you're over. I don't want to say overperforming because it means it has kind of a negative connotation in this, context with professional wrestling. But I mean, that's what they were doing. They outshined, their bar. Jay, what do you got?
I'm gonna say who I thought had a good run was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I think they did some tremendous work in the beginning of the year until they lost it. I thought they did a hell of work, and they had the belts again. So they lost it, and then they got it back. So I thought they were kind of like the tag team of the year. I know Charlotte, and I didn't put Bliss there because they're just sort of new to me, even though they were champs. But yeah, I'm going to pick Liv and Raquel.
Okay. I like that. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're down to the last two big ones. Female superstar of the year.
Liv Morgan.
Okay.
Apart from the injury.
Mm-hmm.
And wait. No. Sorry. No. Why am I saying Liv Morgan? No, it's Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay, that's a good one.
Stephanie Vaquer. I was gonna stump for Liv Morgan because I like her. I always have. Liv had a fantastic year storyline wise with Dom, with the Judgment Day, with Roxanne, with Raquel, Finn. The injury kind of threw a little bit towards the wayside for her, but she's still Liv.
Mm-hmm.
But the breakout of Stephanie Vaquer, because it was months and she was on the main roster, and it was weeks and she's winning the women's championship. And I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to speak for all the single males and some of the single females, if you have that persuasion. Booker T, again, bringing him up. That, like, I don't know what she calls it. I'm not going to go Devil's and say kiss. What I call it. Oh, Devil's Kiss. That's not what I was calling it. That was more of a
sir. You're good.
It involves Knuckles. Anyway. And we're back to off the rails.
I was going to say Masha Slamovich because up until her recent issues, I feel that she was really she was really fuck you, Kevin. She was really evolving and putting the work in that I think she would have been noticed and picked up by one of the larger federations.
And I would like to say I am not solely picking Stephanie Vaquer off of one move or looks or anything like that, but the fact that, like, when it comes to looks, she's got the look.
Yeah, she is a very full, well-rounded package.
Oh, she's got moxie, she's got charisma. You can definitely tell that English is her second language, but it's now getting to a point where
you really?
Yeah, it's gotten so much better since she came over stateside to wrestle. And the fact that, like, she just has this aura, this glow about her when she shows up. Like, I kind of always look at it when I decide I'm going to make your entrance theme my ringtone for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I, in my head, go, yeah, no, you've gotten over on me.
Yeah, no, I can see that. That's relatively common. So. For me, with Vaquer, not only is she like a well-rounded package as a female wrestler and champion, but you're right, she has this aura to me that like you could go to a bar with her, have a couple drinks, and have some of like the greatest wrestling conversations ever. Like that's kind of the vibe that I get from her. It's also the vibe that I get from my second choice, because I don't know if you guys are going to let Slamovich stay based on her issues, but Rhea Ripley. If Slamovich is a no-go, I'm going with Ripley.
What has Slamovich is a no-go, because we just went and mentioned earlier how much we miss Vince in certain aspects. So like, whatever.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair.
Look, I boil it down to, does Masha Slamovich have some problems of her own? Absolutely. But in this crazy, cold, cruel world, who doesn't have at least one skeleton? And if it ain't the full skeleton, at least the spine.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, Jay, go.
It's going to be a shocker. I love Liv Morgan's choice, but I'm going to go with Toni Storm. And I feel that Toni Storm really carried that women's division for the first 7 months of the year. And she really put it on the mat. And she got better on the mic each time as she progressed. So I got to give it to her. It's just an amazing year she had. I mean, and amazing matches, especially the All-In match. And she lost that, it can't. I got to give it to her.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm watching her at World's End on Saturday.
Yeah, it was great work.
Like, you have her and Orange Cassidy doing the tango in the middle of the ring, and like when they do the dips and the kicks, and then they're kicking somebody from the Death Riders. I mean, again, going back to when Phil and I when we were all talking and Phil was here, like that's kind of the zaniness that, even though if that were to have happened in like June, the IWC would have been all over it in a negative way, right? But because for some reason this end of the year stuff, everybody kind of is, in the holiday spirit, as Phil said, it was getting praised. It was, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was entertaining, is what I'm saying. A long-winded way of saying it. It was entertaining in the most pro wrestling way it could be.
Yeah, when someone captures you, it's just hypnotizing, and she really did that for me. So I thought she had a hell of a year.
I mean, pro wrestling is so very carny and circus-like that the stuff that Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy went and did. I almost said Darby Allin for a second. Though I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that.
His brother on fire again?
No. Darby Allin and Toni Storm doing like the twist or something.
Oh, that would be okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, right. That would be kind of fun.
Seeing those two, like just it reminded me of like one of those campy action movies where they're in the middle of like a big fight and they get into like a dance off or something. It reminded me of that, and it was funny. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely. All right, last one, guys. Last one.
Big one.
Male superstar of the year. That's what she said, Jay.
I personally would have gave it to Seth, but he got hurt. So I can't believe I'm saying this because I really hate the fucking guy. But lately he's been kind of growing to me, and especially from what I saw this past weekend, I'm going to say Jon Moxley. I think Jon Moxley had a hell of a fucking year. And he convinced me this past weekend that a motherfucker could actually sell. I actually believed in 2 of his matches. He gets me captured. I believe he gets the right people over. And I'm going to just say the right people. He gets them over. I think he did a hell of a job for Kyle Fletcher as well.
Oh, my God, right?
Yeah. And I love the cheap shot at the end by Kyle. So, I mean, this guy, if you put him, he's not a face or a heel. He's just a guy. He's there to do his fucking job.
He's in that Austin kind of great.
Yeah, and he's kind of growing to me the last 2 months. So, yeah, I can't believe I'm fucking saying it. I'm gonna say Jon Moxley. Who can forget Adam Page and Moxley?
No,
biggest turn of AEW.
You're absolutely right. I mean, and honestly, Jay, I'm very shocked that you went with Moxley.
I can't believe it. But
yeah, I'm going with
John.
I'm going with Breaker. The work that Braun Breaker has done the last few months. Like, I wasn't sure if he was getting the spot because of who he was or because of what he could do. And week after week, he has proven that it is because of what he can do. I used to think that he stumbled on the mic and was more Scott Steiner on the mic than anything, and it's proving out that he is the perfect mix of both of them. He can be Scott Steiner funny when he needs to be, but he can also be Steiner Brothers serious, which is what we saw in the promo between him and Punk last night. So
I especially loved his line, the Lamar Jackson line that he said.
Right. What did he say when you were on the Indies? I was sharing the field with Lamar Jackson. We ain't the same, bro.
Love his intensity every sentence.
I think that's it. I think we've had so much of the calm, like champion Jericho, like, because he was one of the first of the modern era to bring that whole look back, right? Like, you're the champion, you come out in the suit and the tie, and you speak slowly and concisely. And I think we've had so much of that to have somebody like Braun, who is essentially full tilt, full time, it's kind of refreshing. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, what the fuck is this crazy asshole going to do now? Like, you have that kind of, what's he going to do now thing. So for me, Braun Breaker.
Choice.
So I have one, but I can't not say the name John Cena for male superstar wrestler of the year, just because it was his last year. And it wasn't he showed up in January and then showed up at WrestleMania and then showed up in October. It was he showed up in January, February, all the way through the year, all the way.
Yeah, no, he was consistent. So I guess we're not going to do a GOAT of the year then.
No. He is not my pick. That is more of like I have to acknowledge him in a way. You know what? Put your ones in the air. You have to acknowledge John Cena on this one. Yeah, there you go. You have to acknowledge, or I have to acknowledge him.
No, it's fair.
But mine is Cody Rhodes, because he has proven that he is the guy in the WWE right now. The SummerSlam match with John, I thought, was light years better than the WrestleMania match he had with John. And the WrestleMania match with John was also
not that bad.
It really wasn't bad. I think everybody has the sour taste in their mouth because it was a very awkward heel turn, and Travis Scott showed up to go and walk down to the ring for 10 minutes just to go and do two things, and then that was it. And also, let's just keep playing that stupid Feathing Fiend song over and over and over again that's now going to infiltrate my nightmares tonight.
We know how much you love that song.
Clip that one.
So what you're saying is, for you, Cody Rhodes truly lived the QB1 moniker.
Yeah. I really think he did. And I got to go and give a quick aside to Drew McIntyre. This heel persona he's got, he's so a good bitch.
So
in a good way. Like, when I bring you to hell, say hi to your dad for me. It's like, oh.
Like he's a dick. He's not like a male Karen heel. He's a fucking dick.
He's just a dick. He's a prick. He's all of the words he's just so conniving. He's so like backstabby. It's just it is so bad, but it's so great.
All right, so the absolute last one of the night, your GOAT of the year. Kevin, you kind of blew this one up, but this is to acknowledge the one man that for a lot of us wouldn't still be following wrestling. And I think that the GOAT of the year obviously is for John Cena. I think he silenced a lot of critics with a lot of the things that he did on this tour. Mainly for me, it was his match against AJ Styles. It was the introduction that he hand wrote for him that literally nobody knew about because he didn't run it by anybody. He just said, "Hey, Alicia, I wrote this, read this, you're good." And she did. It was also the fact that in that match specifically, it was almost like to me, it seemed like he went out of his way to be like, fuck your 5 moves of doom. And he was wrestling a wrestling match.
He's also been doing that type of mindset for about 10 years now, because that's when he started doing that springboard stunner. It's when he brought back that top rope leg drop. It's when he started doing like all these other different moves. He tried a Hurricane Rana at one point. It didn't really work out all that well, and he hasn't really done since.
That's a lot of upper body to be trying to flip over while you're on somebody's shoulders.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Kane did a better Hurricane Rana than John Cena.
Yeah,
but there's a lot more upper body.
Yikes.
Anyway, but no, you're absolutely right about the John and AJ match. And the other part to that match was the finisher fest. All they were doing was just playing the hits on the finishers to both of their great rivalries, like AJ Styles doing the Coquina Clutch, doing Christopher the Fallen Angel, doing, I forget the name of Frank Kazarian's, forgive me.
That's fine. I do.
Doing, the spear from Edge. The one that I wish I didn't have it in a storage bucket somewhere. Doing Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
That kind of that still kind of chokes me up a little bit at times.
Oh, absolutely. I was in my feels after that. I was in my feels because of that. Like, because as much as you want to, as much as we want to believe all of the things that we hear from the IWC, we always know better because we always know somebody who knew somebody, or in our case, Kevin grew up in the same fucking state as the man and have multiple ties to him. So that him and his family are legit like that, Yeah. So, so
his sister-in-law. You like, so that daughter go and watch Peacemaker? No, your daughter cannot watch Peacemaker. I don't think she needs to go and have the image of her uncle spread eagle in bed after coitus with a woman in his tighty whities. I don't think she needs to go and see that image quite yet.
Correct. And I think, I think his nod to Bray was it was not like a ceremonial gesture. I think that was something that was heartfelt. That was something that he felt he could do and wanted to do. Just like the following Wednesday during the cage match with I forget who, Samoa Joe puts his opponent in. I think it may
he puts him in the STF,
the STFU, and looks at the camera,
he looks at the camera and salutes.
Yeah, so. I think that also shows you to, the type of person that, he was in the business, where you have people from different organizations showing their appreciation for him, during their shows. So GOAT of the year this year goes to John Cena. Maybe next year it goes to AJ Styles. Who knows? For me.
Or Jericho.
January 6th. Okay, folks. And for that, I am Ray. He is Jay. That's Kevin. This was the last show of 2025 for the Around the Ropes radio show. Please tune in starting next week when we start with our first show of 2026, the Road to 5, hashtag the Road to 5. Please put that on all of your posts that involve the Around the Ropes radio show. You can find us on all of our socials at the new Around the Ropes radio show, featuring John and Jim, Bob and Tom, Dick and Harry on YouTube, Instagram, and your sister's ass. Have a good night.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
we gonna stop the show, or are we